I'd like to call the Pflugerville City Council meeting for Tuesday, September 22nd to order. Time is 7:03. The first item on our agenda, as always, is to state the Pledge of Allegiance to the U.S. and the Texas flag. This evening, we are blessed to have Girl Scouts from Troop 1479 to lead us in both of those pledges. So, ladies, if you would step forward, and if everyone would please rise. Ladies, whenever you're ready, you can start us off. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you so much.
Very nice.
If y'all want to, you might want to sit in the front row. That way you don't have to, since y'all are going to come back up here in a minute. We have two presentations this evening and proclamations that I'd like to make. And first of all, I'd like to invite Kimberly Hansen and Kayla Hansen forward. And it looks like you brought a whole entourage, so bring your whole entourage with you. Y'all, let's get everybody to stand right back up here. It's Kayla, right?
Yes.
Nice to meet you. So have you in front, and if everybody else could stand back behind. Just scooch all the way over to the flag because we're going to take pictures. They like everybody to be between the flags. So a number of weeks ago, Kayla and her mother came and presented, or I guess spoke during public comment to the council about a program that they were putting together about dealing with breast cancer awareness. I'm going to let them explain it here in just a second. But you've actually gotten quite a bit of news. I've seen you on KView or KI or somebody. All of them?
Crazy.
Good. That's a good thing because you're bringing a good message out and you're making Pflugerville look good. So we appreciate that tremendously. So who wants to explain what it is?
I'll explain.
Okay, let me get you a step forward and get to the mic right here. Sorry. You don't have to stand real close. It's pretty powerful. There you go.
Okay, so basically what it is we're actually trying to pink out Pflugerville, pink out with a purpose. And what we're trying to do is to bring awareness to breast cancer. And we're trying to pink out Pflugerville the best way that we know how. So we're trying to represent Pflugerville, Texas. And the main reason that it started was the fact that, just be honest, females, we just won't go get that test for various reasons. That's just fact. So on Fridays, we said, maybe if Pflugerville will come together and wear pink with a purpose, because pink is cute, cancer is not. And so actually Friday, the first Friday in October, is a kickoff. We were kind of blessed to have that, where Walmart is actually letting us set up a booth and people can come by, and we're letting them know Friday is the kickoff of Pflugerville Pink Friday, where we want everyone in the community to wear pink on Fridays. And if we could just get one, we're okay with that. We want to save as many lives as we can with early detection.
So every Friday
in the month of October is Pflugerville Pink Friday.
And as you can see, they've created some very pink shirts. They have, but you don't have to wear this shirt. It's any pink.
It's any pink.
Anything
it's
that you can do. So I'll have to go to my closet and find all my pink stuff.
Every Friday, we're pinking out Pflugerville.
Okay. Let me read a quick proclamation. This is a mayor's proclamation declaring Pflugerville Pink Fridays in observance of Breast Cancer Awareness Month in the city of Pflugerville, October 2015. Whereas the citizens of Pflugerville value the benefit of good health as the key component of a long, productive, fulfilling life, and proudly support observances that focus public attention on crucial health issues such as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And whereas breast cancer is the second most common kind of cancer in women, about 1 in 8 born today in the United States will get breast cancer at some point. And the good news is that many women can survive breast cancer if it is found and treated early. A mammogram, the screening test for breast cancer, can help find breast cancer early when it's easier to treat. And Breast Cancer Awareness Month is a chance to raise awareness about the importance of early detection of breast cancer. make a difference, spread the word about mammograms, and encourage communities, organizations, families, and individuals to get involved and participate with Pflugerville each Pink Friday in October. Now, therefore, let it be resolved that I, Mayor Jeff Coleman, do hereby declare that each Friday in October 2015 will be observed as Pflugerville Pink Friday, and that is P-F-R-I-D-A-Y, in observance of Breast Cancer Awareness Month in the city of Pflugerville. During the month-long observance, I encourage all citizens to join in activities and initiatives that help raise support and awareness of the serious health concern which has claimed too many lives over the years. And let's get a picture of everybody, and we'll see if we can get the word out through Facebook and through our Friday e-newsletter. So let me give that to you, young lady, and I'm going to stand off to the side. Can you get everybody?
I can. Oops, take a couple. One, two, three. One more.
Okay. Thank you, and thank you for taking your time. More?
One, two, three. Hey, y'all look good.
Hey, well, thank you. That's yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all for coming.
Thank you. Thank you.
Officer Dan, if you'd come forward, please. The next item on the agenda is to talk about National Night Out, and I'm going to let the expert talk about it here in just a second. But Pflugerville is one of the best National Night Out cities in the entire nation. And so, Dan, if you'll talk about National Night Out, and then I'll read the proclamation.
Yes, sir. I'm Dan Griff, Pflugerville Police Department. Well, I recognize these kids right here. I think I gave them a tour about 3 years ago at the police department. Yeah. Y'all are growing up. I'm getting old.
Get in.
Yes, sir. National Night Out, October 6th. Going to be from 6 p.m. till about 9 p.m. About the time our parties round down. We'd like to invite our city council members to come out and ride with us. If y'all could be at the police department about 5:30. This is where we take back the night from our bad guys. We're asking everybody to turn on their porch light. Last year we had 84 parties. We just got an email a while ago. We just got our 85th party for this year, so we broke last year's record. Hope to get about 10, 15 more. I'd love to get close to that 100 party count. We're going to get all our officers going, trying to hit all these parties. Our fire department, our first responders are all going to be making appearances. We're going to be promoting our city and police department programs.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I know in my neighborhood, we've turned it into a whole block party, and one of the guys in the street has a band, and he brings his band stuff out, and we have barbecue, and we have a good time. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so here's another proclamation declaring National Night Out in the city of Pflugerville, October 6, 2015. Whereas the National Association of Town Watch is sponsoring a unique nationwide crime, drug, and violence prevention program on October 6, 2015, entitled National Night Out. And whereas the 32nd Annual National Night Out provides a unique opportunity for Pflugerville to join forces with thousands of other communities across the country in promoting cooperative police, community crime prevention efforts, and the citizens of Pflugerville are among the many participants of National Night Out and play a vital role in assisting the Pflugerville Police Department in joint crime, drug, and violence prevention in the city. And whereas it is essential that all citizens of Pflugerville be aware of the importance of crime prevention programs and the impact that their participation can have in reducing crime, drugs, and violence in Pflugerville, and police-community partnerships, neighborhood safety, awareness, and cooperation are important themes of the National Night Out program. Now, therefore, I, Mayor Jeff Coleman, do hereby call upon all citizens of Pflugerville to join the Pflugerville Police Department, the National Association of Town Watch, in supporting the 32nd Annual National Night Out, and ask our citizens to carry the message of respect for law, community involvement, and commitment for crime-free neighborhoods to other citizens by example and through the exercising of responsible citizenship. Now, a couple of other statements on this. First of all, I don't think you said it, we were like 12th in the nation or something last year? 13th last year. 50 to 100,000, we're 13th. That's pretty incredible. That's something for us to be proud of. That's nationwide, so we are wonderful at National Night Out. I don't think there is a more important year for the citizens of Pflugerville to come out and support our police. We have an incredible police department that does wonderful things for us. We get, I'm an insurance agent. I talk to people all the time, and the two things that I hear why people move to Pflugerville is good schools and they feel safe, a great community. And with everything that's gone on nationally, with some not respect of our police, I think it will make a huge statement this year if Pflugerville comes out and we show that we have our police officers' backs, that we respect them, that we support them, that we appreciate them. Because at the end of the day, by doing all those things, it makes our houses, our communities, our vehicles that much safer. So please plan on going out to National Night Out. If there's not a party right on your street, go ahead and find one. You can call this gentleman at the police department, and he will put you in contact with the closest party. And let's see if we can get another 15. That'll be awesome to hit 100. We've never hit 100, have we?
Yes, we did about 3 years ago. We had 105.
Oh, well, then we need 106. So it sounds like we need 19 more. Okay, so thank you very much, Dan.
Thank you, sir.
And a picture here. Chief, you want in on this? No? Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
The next item on the agenda is a presentation of the City County Communications and Marketing Association National Savvy Awards. Terry.
If I could get Pam to come up here. We are very honored because the Communications Department sent several items into the National Association of City Community and County 3CMA. And earlier this year, we went to state. We were very honored to have Pflugerville recognized. And this is the second time ever that Pflugerville has won awards at the national competition. And we're especially proud because our Pfun TX website took third place. Our 2014 Bond video that Wade Maness created, and he is filming right now, so he can't be standing in here for us, but he is the amazing one that's running our cameras right now for us. Wade did that for us, as well as our Join in the Fun PSA, which took first place. And so we are incredibly excited to have Pflugerville recognized in Atlanta on September 10th, so everyone could hear about our campaigns and what we have been working on. So it was a very exciting time for us. I wanted to let you know about these national awards.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And our last presentation of the evening is a presentation on the partnership between the City of Pflugerville Water Conservation Staff and the Girl Scouts of Central Texas to encourage water conservationism. James.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Mayor and Council, and thank you for the opportunity to come inform you of a very exciting partnership that our conservation team has with the Girl Scouts of Central Texas. We have actually, our conservation team, designed the patch that you see behind us that the Girl Scouts can earn throughout 46 counties in Central Texas. And as you can see at the bottom of the patch, Pflugerville Water Conservation is on there, so we will be recognized throughout the 46 counties every time a Girl Scout earns this patch. And to earn this patch, they have to do various things and various criteria they have to meet. One of the things that they have to do is complete our activity book that's available on our website. They have to design a water cycle. They could actually come out and tour our water facility out at the water treatment plant and learn about their water supply that they have within their community. The first troop to earn this is actually Troop 1587 that Kate Woodward Young is the troop leader of. And tonight we're here to recognize Troop 1479. And they're in the audience here. They are the first troop last Thursday night to tour our water treatment plant and learn about Pflugerville's water treatment techniques that we use to bring potable water throughout the city. And they are actually here tonight to receive their patch. And I'd like to ask the mayor to come down and to award them with their patch. And I'd also like to introduce and bring up their troop leader, Leslie Hay, and a representative from the Girl Scouts of Central Texas, Jessica Nolke, who's in attendance tonight, and our water conservation team, who worked extremely hard on this. It's extremely important that we educate our youth today The more we can educate our youth today on water conservation, the more we can ensure that we have water flowing in our future. So it's extremely important what we did. Behind me in the picture, you can see this troop, and right now I'd like for them to introduce each young troop member to come up, and the mayor will present them with their patch. Leslie?
Yeah, I'll send them right back here.
Okay. First, I would like Savannah Flores to come up. Next, Trinity Gray. Okay, next, Lauren Ivy. Next, Jillian Larson. Next, we have Gwendolyn Mills. Next, we have Daniela Wanker. Next is Campbell Wright.
Wait, you're moving fast. Who are we looking at? Okay, right there.
Next is Annie Wiley.
Congratulations. I don't know if y'all can see their shirt says 1479. Their troop. Here's that. Nope. What is?
And last but not least, my daughter Maya Hay. Dad.
Excellent. Girls, we are very proud of you. Thank you for doing that. That's exciting stuff. And now let's get a big picture. And we'll make sure everybody finds out about this, okay? Thank you, ladies. The next item on our agenda is a public hearing. This is a public hearing to conduct the second of two public hearings on an ordinance with the caption reading Tax Levy Ordinance of the City of Pflugerville, Texas. Public hearing is the time when anybody in attendance that can speak to this item, which is specifically on the City Council setting our tax rate, which we will do next week. I have not received notice that anyone would like to speak to this item. Is there anybody in attendance that would like to speak during this public hearing? Sir, if you'd come forward. If you'd stand right there, and if you state your name for the record.
Douglas Bennett.
You'll have 3 minutes to tell us whatever you'd like to tell us, sir.
I'm very new to this. I'm new to Pflugerville. I've only been here about 2 years, and my property taxes have gone from $3,900 to about $5,000, and my property tax payment is rivaling my house payment. And I saw that as concerning, and normally I would not think of this as concerning in my youth. And I'm not saying I'm that old. I know I don't look that old. I'm 34 years old, but and I don't want to see it go up again. And if I see it go up again, I'm thinking it's going to go up again the next year, the next year, next year. And I researched this only for about 3 years back, and it's gone up every year. And I'm wondering if there's going to be an end to it. It's causing the cost of living to go up for the citizens that are currently in Pflugerville, the new citizens wanting to move to Pflugerville, and all of our fire department, police officers, things of that, the people that help protect us and take care of our city. It's causing them to have to pay more to live here. And I've actually considered selling my home and moving somewhere else. I'll turn a $40,000 profit, and I've only been here 2 years. A lot of people probably on the same pace that I'm on. And I'd hate to see that happen. This is a great city. I've never lived in a better city in my life. I've only been here 34 years. The crime rate is really low. The people here are nice and polite. People open doors for you. They'll let you go by them. Excuse me, this, ma'am. Oh, can I help you with that, sir? I've never seen that before. This is the best place I could possibly ever move to. But I hate to say it, property taxes go up. I could live somewhere else for cheaper and have more square footage. That's all I
Thank you,
have.
sir. I have a couple of questions for you. At least I have something I'd like to make sure that you're aware of and see if
Yes, sir.
it makes any difference. The city council's actually lowered your property tax rate 11 years in a row in the city of Pflugerville. So every year your property rate's gone down, and last year your property rate went down about 3 cents per hundred. It was the biggest single drop we had in over a decade. The issue has been your appraisals. So what's happening is your house continues to get more valuable, which is why you could make a $40,000 profit if you sold the home. Is there anything that you would see or that you'd have any comment on appraisals, and is there a way that you feel like we can stop that or help that?
I feel that it's within our power to have our taxes stay put or even decrease. Proposal on that would probably take more planning and action. Like I said, I'm new to this, but it's gone 3,900 to 5.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate your time, taking your time out to actually come talk to us.
Thank you, sir.
Is there anyone else in attendance that would like to speak to this item? Ma'am, you can come forward.
Hello, my name is Sonu James. I'm also new to here, and I built a house and closed December 31st, 2013. I coming from is Minnesota. Minnesota has Minnesota state tax and federal tax. And here is I just like to live in is one place. And I built a house, and then I purchased little bit less than $280,000, and the appraiser comes out $10,000 property tax. So that is appraised at $320,000. So I is what's called contested, and so that is honored is my purchase price. However, now it's $8,000. I live in Minnesota. Property is value more than is $300,000, but I pay $3,200 property tax. Now it's almost a little bit less than $9,000. My question is, so many houses built, so you guys have a lot of property tax, you collect is property tax, but it's why is, it's a young gentleman saying, even though its value is up, but bottom line is how much you pay tax. It's $280,000 house. I'm paying is over $8,000 property tax. I'm single woman. Luckily I don't have a kid, so I'm retired down here. But it's my income, even though Minnesota I pay state tax, income tax, still it is cheaper to live in Minnesota. But it is still my concern is so many houses built, so many is your revenue is collected, and then why not have some lower bottom is amount. And another things, if you don't mind, is time's up?
You're fine. No, your time's not up.
Okay. So another things, Kelly Lane, I like to know when is extend to 2 lanes.
When is it going to extend past?
Yes. Right now is half done, and then is Jack Hill. That is bridge collapsed, and then I just built it, moved in, they collapsed, and then since I have to detour.
Yeah. Would you happen to live in Avalon?
Yes.
Okay. Kelly Lane is 3 years ago.
Yeah.
We actually completely, what's the terminology? We rebuilt the road. We didn't expand it, the size, but we rebuilt the road. That's anticipated to be a 10 to a 15-year rebuild. So for the next 10 years or so, we don't anticipate expanding the size of Kelly past Falcon Point Boulevard. But please remember, the vast majority of people who live past Falcon Point Boulevard,
Yeah.
they have a city address, so they have a Pflugerville address, but they don't live in the city limits of Pflugerville. So we don't affect their tax rate. We don't have anything to do with someone who lives past Falcon Point Boulevard's tax rate, and the people who drive on that road aren't paying into the city of Pflugerville. So that's the reason why at this point we don't have any plans to expand that road.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunately I didn't prepare to bring us a copy of. First is the property tax. There has an estimate, and there is $534 health care.
Yes, ma'am.
Tax. So what's that?
Travis County voters voted that in 2 years ago. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that is legitimate.
But the only tax rate that the city of Pflugerville, that this council can affect, is the city of Pflugerville tax rate. So you're paying a Travis County tax rate, you're paying the health district tax rate, you're paying the emergency services district tax rate, you're paying a MUD tax.
Oh,
You're not
my.
paying a city of Pflugerville tax because you don't live within the city limits of Pflugerville.
I live in Pflugerville.
You live in, no ma'am, you live in the extraterritorial jurisdiction. You have a Pflugerville address, but you do not live in the city limits of Pflugerville, not if you live in Avalon.
Oh, really?
No,
Okay.
unfortunately not.
Okay.
So
thank you.
we can't affect your tax rate at all.
Oh.
But,
Then it
but we
seems
still
all
appreciate you coming and
excited.
talking to us.
Yeah, excited for nothing.
It's
Thank you
very
for listening.
confusing if you don't spend a lot of time thinking about it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in attendance that would like to speak during this public hearing? No, I have public comment that's coming up in just a minute. This particular item is only about the tax levy. I think I've got one. Anything else? Sir? No, I'll entertain one more. We don't have anybody else, so we're good. Sure. And just curious, what subdivision do you live in, sir?
I live in Gatlinburg.
Okay.
Am I allowed to address the
Sure. Well, what do you mean?
civilians?
You can look out and say things to them. Yes, they're not going to be able to respond to you, but you can look out and say
They can't respond verbally or physically?
Well, they can raise their hand if they want.
Okay. Of all of you that are in attendance, are you okay with property tax rate increasing? Raise your hand if you're okay with it. All those opposed? This isn't a real vote. I'm just trying to get a general feel of how the community feels. Would anybody be happier if the tax rate stopped and stayed where it's at and did not go up this year? How many of you are planning on moving within the next year? Kind of makes me look like an idiot, kind of a moot point.
No, not at all. But a piece of information that you're not aware of is 70% of those folks work for the city of Pflugerville, and they're not going to put their hand up or down.
I appreciate
They're going to be very quiet.
Last thing, 2 seconds, and then I'll go. If anyone after here could possibly give me any type of knowledge to push me in the right direction on the point that I'm trying to go to, I would love that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Is there anyone else in attendance who would like to speak during this public hearing? With that said, can I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. And Wayne?
Yep.
Brad?
Yes.
Omar?
Yes.
Starlet?
Yes.
Next Tuesday, we will be setting the final tax rate for the city of Pflugerville for this next year. The next item on our agenda is public comment. This is the time during our meeting where anyone can speak to any item that is not on our posted agenda. Once again, you'll have 3 minutes to speak. And under this item, the city council is not allowed to address you because it's not on our posted agenda. So therefore, I will not be able to ask questions or do anything I did with this gentleman. We have, at this point, one person that's indicated they want to speak during public comment, and that's Gloria Withrich. And then, sir, in the back, you asked, there's a comment card back there. If you go ahead and fill that out for us before you come up.
Hi, I'm Gloria Withrich, and I'm not here to complain. First of all, I would like to say thank you to the council and to the different city staff that has been so helpful for us to get our Heritage House Museum back online. I mean, it was just getting in disrepair, deplorable. It was really sad. and that's where we try to maintain our history for Pflugerville. Many of the partners that are in there have family that comes from the original Henry Pfluger Sr., and most of them are in the mid to late 1800s. So we're really excited that the council chose to put some money into it and keep the house from falling down around us. The other thing, I really want to thank Lori Gillum and Sheila Wioria, wait, I never say it right, for being there at our monthly meetings now, and we are getting the great input that we need to have. We also, I want to thank Jennifer Coffey with the library. They have done so much to maintain so many of the historical aspects of it through the city, through the library. And last but not least, on October 4th, we are going to have a German festival at the Heritage House. And we will have a band or a German group from Fredericksburg playing German music. We will have brats and food. We're going to have quite a few things going on up there. It will be in the gazebo, and we'd like to invite all of you to come.
That was October 4th?
October 4th.
And what time?
It will start at 1 o'clock until 4.
Okay. Unfortunately, I'll be out of town, but definitely the council will take that.
Well,
on
I
board.
hope some people come.
Absolutely.
It's going to be good. We've really grown in our attendance. It's been tremendous. We have, this year was our 3rd year for our ice cream social. And every year it has grown more and more. And we are having a lot of people coming through. And it's really nice.
Wonderful.
One other thing that they did do an article last week. They had a reporter from the Pflugerville Flag, and that will be in tomorrow's issue. So,
Excellent. Thank you so very much.
thank you.
Thank you, Chief. And Enrique Perez?
Hello, this is gonna be short and sweet. I'm Enrique Perez. I live right here on 304 South First Street. I lived here all my life. Love the city, everything that has to do with it. But I just have a little incident that happened on Thursday night, Friday morning over here on First Street, right in front of my house. I was asleep. Some DWI person wrecked into my vehicles. And I've been calling the PD, trying to get in touch with them, trying to get a solution to the situation, and I just haven't had any luck with that. And before this person that hit my vehicles runs out of town, I want to, try to get in touch with the PD and try to, resolve the solutions. The problem. So that's all I got to say. I've been calling the PD, a couple days.
You're in luck. The chief of police is standing 5 feet from you. So
And I know that's why
you can definitely
I had to
chat
come
with
over
him.
here. I wanted to do this before I chatted with him. So.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right.
We can definitely chat with the chief. Is there anyone else in attendance that would like to speak in public comment? Seeing none, we'll move forward. Next item on the agenda, counselors, anything that needs to be pulled off of the consent agenda? I want to pull 7A, just because I didn't understand something. It'll be very, very quick. Nothing else? Karen, if you'd read the consent agenda, please.
Thank you, Mayor Coleman. These items will be acted upon in a single motion. Approval of minutes. Approval of the minutes of the September 1st, 2015 work session and September 8th, 2015 work session and regular meeting. Under other actions, authorizing the city manager to execute a warranty deed as an executory interest holder, accepting the conveyance of real property to the city of Pflugerville dedicated as public parkland, legally described as Lot 31, Block F, Lot 1, Block G, Lot 1, Block H, Penley Park, Phase 1 subdivision, authorizing the city manager to execute a conditional purchase agreement, special warranty deed, and easement purchase agreement between HP and Development Incorporated in the city of Pflugerville for utility and roadway construction associated with the Etherwild widening project, approving and authorizing the city manager to execute a third amendment to NPWIS construction and participation agreement associated with the payment of wastewater impact fees for the Avalon subdivision, approving and authorizing the city manager to execute amendment number 1 to professional services agreement between Kelly Lane Water Control and Improvement District, WCID number 1, Avalon, and the city of Pflugerville concerning the operation, maintenance, and management of water and wastewater facilities and municipal solid waste services within Kelly Lane WCID number 1, related to the collection of wastewater impact fees in concurrence with the district's stormwater management program. Approving and authorizing the city manager to execute amendment number 1 to professional and utility services agreement for Kelly Lane Water Control and Improvement District, WCID number 2, related to the collection of wastewater impact fees. And appointing Ms. Lisa Ely as a regular member of the Parks and Recreation Commission for an unexpired term ending December 31st, 2016. And so ends reading of the consent agenda.
I have a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Omar?
Yes.
Starlet?
Yes.
Brad? Yes. Wayne?
Yes.
Item 7A is approving an ordinance on first reading with the caption reading an ordinance of the City of Pflugerville, Texas, amending the City of Pflugerville, Texas Code of Ordinances, Chapter 72 regarding speed limits on city streets, Grand Avenue Parkway, Finnig Lane, and Piccadilly Drive, subject to the misdemeanor of speeding and the imposition of penalties of up to $200, established prima facie maximum speeds, and providing an effective date. Tom, excuse me, I'm the one who pulled it. I was confused with the map on Finnig Lane and wanted to make sure it's got railroad connecting with it twice, and was trying to figure out. Oh, this is Royston. No, this is railroad. Yeah. Okay. No, it does say railroad there as well.
That's mislabeled.
Yeah. Okay. So my question specifically is, and I didn't spend long enough to figure out exactly where I'm at. I would like to know the area where Finnig Park is. That particular section. What was the speed limit and what's it going to?
So, the area where you're talking about would be this area in through here where the Finning Park is. It's currently 40 miles per hour, and it's proposed to be 40 miles per hour through that section. So there's no change proposed in that area.
Okay. I just want to make sure we weren't going up
Yeah.
in that area. I wasn't entirely sure, and I'm, as I've said many times, I'm scared to death about Finnig right now, and I just want to make sure we weren't spending more, putting even faster on there right now.
In that particular area, there's no change. We did do a change on the very far west end, where it ends over here. That was 30, and then we had 40, and so we made it uniformly the same. Heatherwile.
I just could not get my bearings. When I saw it twice, I couldn't wrap my head around which direction was which. So
We have a GIS issue there, so we'll get that fixed. And then in the school area, we did reduce the school zone from 25 to 20.
Okay.
So that it's 15 miles below the regular posted speed, which is the rule we should have for school zones. So that was the principal changes on Finnig.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
One other question about that particular intersection, though. Was this exercise, did it involve at all the light sequencing, turning?
No. We are looking at that as a separate study. We have completed modeling of that traffic signal at Finnig and Railroad, and we're looking at options of how we can improve the flow through the intersection and the safety, and looking at a number of options. We expect to have some recommendations in the next 2 to 4 weeks about what to do with that.
Yeah, I knew we had talked about it, but I didn't know where
Yeah,
we were at.
we are getting occasional calls from people about the lack of protected movements on Railroad.
Yeah. Okay.
And so we're looking to see how we can best resolve that and still keep traffic flowing pretty well through the intersection.
Okay, thank you, Tom.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? Can I have a motion on this item?
I'll make a motion that we approve 7A as written.
I'll second.
Omar?
Yes.
Wayne?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Starlet?
Yes.
Motion passes. We have already dealt with items 9A, 9B, and 9C during our work session, so we do not have to deal with those again. Item 10A, counselors, anything that you have for future agenda items? No. No?
Good one.
Yeah, well, I want, and I mentioned it to Tom earlier, I'd like sometime in the next 6 weeks, 8 weeks, somewhere in there, an update on what our plans are, what our ideas are to stop or make accidents less frequent at Stonehill and 685 and that whole area. What are our options so that the council can start figuring that out? As I was talking about earlier, I drive home that way every day, and at least once a week I see an accident there for the very short time periods that I'm driving through that intersection. It's at least once a week I'm seeing an accident, and Chief Hooker told me that we're having accidents almost every day at that location. And so our probably number one duty in the city of Pflugerville is public safety, and that is becoming a big issue. So I'd like to make sure that we hear kind of what y'all are thinking about. The rest of the items are executive session items. No, item 10B we dealt with on the executive session item earlier during our work session. And we will now deal with the open session item, which is discuss and consider action to approve amendment, partial termination, and release agreement between DPS Mega Center 2000 Limited and the city of Pflugerville, Texas. George?
This is a amendment to the 380 agreement with the Mega Center with regards to creating releasing a driveway access.
Is your microphone?
Thank you. The agreement before the City Council is an agreement which alleviates a need to place a driveway access across an adjacent property, which is now being developed under different parameters and is subject to an allure that the city has, and in exchange also releasing any obligation of the city to pay any further incentive in the project. And so we've asked for the City Council to consider it with staff recommendation for approval.
Any questions or discussion? Is there a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Wayne?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Omar?
Yes.
Starlet?
Yes.
We're done. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Move. Second.
Brad?
Yes.
Starlet?
Yes.
Omar?
Yes.
We're adjourned.